The Art of Relationships radio show is copyrighted, no use, and part or full is to be used without written, express consent from myself, Greg Dazinski, or The Art of Relationships. Thank you.
Licensed relationship and sex counselor Greg Dazinski, also known as Master G, The Art of Relationships will cover crucial elements in rebuilding emotional and physical intimacy in your romantic relationships. He will also welcome live calls from listeners and help him with these very challenges. Heard of the old repetitive and tiresome tit-for-tat arguments? Greg gets to the root of couples' challenges in a quick, matter-of-fact format, plus applies compassion and humor. Join in discovering how to improve your romantic relationship and your own life. Listen, laugh, and climax to a happier you. Greg is a licensed professional counselor in the state of Michigan, but to some of us, he is simply known as Master G.
Hey, people. This is Greg Dazinski, your host, and this is the Art of Relationships radio show. And what a night to do tonight's show. It is Wednesday, a.k.a. hump night, right? Or is it hump day? Hump in the day, hump at night. Anyways, talking about porn. This was actually brought up on my Facebook or one of my Facebook pages as a topic, and I titled it, porn. An enhancer? Ooh. Or a destroyer? Does porn kill relationships? Does it kill marriages? Or can it enhance it? Or is it a little bit of both? And we're going to talk about this juicy topic, right? So everybody, get the motion lotion out. Or maybe this subject maybe disgusts you, and you're going to put that motion lotion away. Again, I'm Greg Dazinski, licensed professional counselor in the state of Michigan. I'm also a relationship and sex specialist, thus bringing the show to you to help everybody out and enhance your relationship and also your personal life. Make sure you check me out on Facebook. And also, please, I'd appreciate you liking my Facebook page, too, The Art of Relationships. Check out my blog, The Art of Relationships blog.guru, and my regular website page. I had a brain fart, sorry. The Art of Relationships.guru, G-U-R-U. And we're going to jump right into it with porn. Does it enhance your relationship? Or does it actually destroy it? Okay, I got the live chat. If you're on Spreaker listening to the show, please join me if you're a little bit shy. I'm also going to ask for people to call in with their stories. Has it killed your marriage, your relationship? Also, maybe it's enhanced it. It's improved it, right? And a lot of the scenario we talk about, a lot of men, right? Ladies say, oh, men love porn, whatever, and all this stuff. That's not always true. There's a lot of guys that might be put off by porn, and I'm going to get into maybe reasons why. And also, maybe a lot of women might enjoy porn, and they like it. It's not always the men loving it. And the women are disgusted. There's a lot of women, a lot of couples I deal with, they incorporate porn into their relationship or their marriage. It's not a daily thing. It might be a weekly thing, every other week type of thing, depending on what mood they're in, and they're happy with it. They think it enhances a relationship. And on the other side of that spectrum, I've also dealt with, a lot of couples where porn actually has destroyed it. And a question also on Facebook, and it was brought up about, addiction and sex addiction. Do porn and sex addiction go hand in hand? They can, but not necessarily. Okay, I'm going to also talk about that. So, forgot the number. Give me a call. Okay, you can't call me if you don't have the number. 586-212-4196. Again, 586-212-4196. And I'd love to hear your stories. Maybe if it destroyed it, if porn was distasteful and everything else, right? I want to hit on, before I jump into really, porn, I want to hit on the addiction as far as porn and also sex addiction. There's a lot of myths out there about what a porn, or I should say porn addiction and also sex addiction is. You know what? If somebody has a high libido, they want sex 3-4 times a week, and, their partner wants it once every other month, and also the partner that has a low desire, oh, you're an addict, you're a sex addict. No, not necessarily, right? Because they want porn 3, 4, 5 nights or times a week doesn't make them a sex addict. If they're, looking for sex, paying for sex, even it gets to be on a daily basis where they can't have sex. They're going to prostitutes and, trying to hook up left and right with other women. And also women can use it, be addicted to sex too, because of the emotional connection they think they're getting, but they might actually be being used, or maybe they're using the guys and throwing them out, right? How would you like to be married or hooked up with a sex addict, right? I always say I'd love to be with a nympho as long as she's only a nympho with me. Where a sex addict, typically, not always, they might be going out with multiple partners and everything, trying to fulfill that need and everything else, okay? So there's a big myth out there, and a lot of people, maybe more conservative people out there, conservative values, morals, whatever, they automatically, oh, you want sex 3 times, 4 times a week, oh, you're a sex addict. Not at all. Don't tease yourself. And a lot of people don't know. You need to do your research out there. Talk to a professional. There's a lot of professionals out there. There might be even female therapists or male therapists that's trying to make a name for themselves. Oh, you're an addict. You're a porn addict. You're a sex addict. You know what? You got to look at the specifiers. You need to look very clearly without, or I should say, before you start labeling somebody a bona fide, verifiable sex addict, okay? You need to get rid of the stereotypes, do your research, and even some professionals, like I said, they're clueless and they're just throwing out labels out there incorrectly and definitely unprofessionally and unethically. Okay, getting into porn addiction. Porn addiction, of course, is, if you're running, you're watching porn numerous hours of the day and it's interfering with your relationship, right? And it's just like an addiction. Are you watching porn, 24/7? Is it interrupting your work life? Have you been busted, fired from jobs because they caught you watching porn on your phone or on their corporate computers where you just can't stop, right? A big thing is, in porn, some people, mostly men with porn addiction, they'll masturbate, whatever, versus having sex with their spouse or their partner. And this is part of the addiction where they feel more in control. They're not being judged sexually, right? They're not living up to anybody's expectations except for them, and therefore the partner, typically girlfriend or wife, feels like they don't turn them on, right? Don't turn them on. They're not attractive. Oh, they'd rather beat off, masturbate. They'd rather watch porn than have sex with me. So you're looking at all these indicators about addictions to sex and addiction to porn. And if you're buying porn, again, like drugs, man, you're spending a lot of money on porn that you don't have, right? You'd rather spend money on that than your, I want to say, mature obligations or adult obligations and responsibilities, and you're spending it on porn and all this stuff. And you look at what feeling and what it's getting from you. Again, does it make you feel more like a movie star, like you're interacting, and it hits on your self-esteem? Like I said, you're not being judged, and you're not being, you don't have to live up to anybody's expectations where you can just fantasize out through porn. It's easier. You're not getting, you don't have to be judged, or, you know what, oh my God, I got to last this longer, the wife or girlfriend's going to get pissed, right? There's no expectations when you're by yourself, typically when you're watching porn, okay? So you're looking at, does it interrupt, does it disrupt your life? You know, are you getting fired from jobs because of it? Are you not going to work because, you know, you're staying home watching porn? Oh my God, I got to watch this one last porn before, and you're always running late. And you know what? Would you rather watch porn than maybe make love or have sex to or with your partner? You know, there could be other issues with that. Just, you know, you look at emotional connection, you'd rather watch porn than have sex. And it could be because you're not turned on by your partner, you don't love your partner, not into your partner. Those are all factors. But a lot of people, they automatically throw out the label, oh, you're addicted to porn, or you're a porn addict because you're not having sex with me. No, I'm not having sex with you because, you know what, you don't turn me on anymore. I'm emotionally disconnected, and watching porn sort of gets me fantasizing, and, you know, about my libido is still there. I just don't want to take it out on you. So you got to be very careful on throwing out labels about porn addiction or sex addiction. Okay, make sure you do your research before you throw out those labels out there, or you're going to be pissing some people off, and maybe rightfully so. Okay, now we're going to get into, you know, maybe enhancers. What do you want me to hit on? Do you want me to hit on how porn destroys relationships, or maybe can enhance relationships, right? I'm neither pro porn or against porn, okay? I'm in the middle. And a lot of it depends on everybody's belief, right, and where they stand. Now, I'm also going to talk about self-esteem issues with porn, which I think a lot of it is maybe the reason why a lot of people might be against porn one way or another. And we'll talk about degrading it. Does it degrade women? And there are actually educational porns that have actually plots to it, and they show the love and all, you know, the love, the emotional connection as well. So it's not just a wham bam, thank you ma'am or sir. They throw the emotional connection along with it. So all porn is not necessarily the dirty type, but some people, the dirtier the better, right? Okay, so I'm going to hit on the enhancers of porn, okay? How can it enhance your relationship? A lot of people, and they were talking about, if you need porn in a relationship, that means something's wrong with the relationship. Not necessarily, right? Everybody assumes that. And usually people that assume that are the ones that are squirmish about porn, or they have maybe self-esteem issues, body issues. They don't think they're that great sexually. And this can come from both genders, the men and the females. We're going to get into that shortly, okay? So, can you use porn to spice up the relationship? Not only relationship, maybe you just want to try something different to spice it up. Do you need porn to do that? No, but some people enjoy it. And you use it as an educational tool, right? Nice choice of words, Greg. Tool, right? When you're talking about sex, you can incorporate sex tools, or tools, play toys, right? You don't want tools. Sounds too much like work. So, as educational, it gives you ideas to look at what? Trying new things, maybe new positions that you never even thought about trying before. Also, you know, it maybe gets your creative juices going that you can incorporate. You know what? Yo, we watch porn. I want to try this. You know what? Yeah, I want to try this, but only halfway. And porn also kicks up maybe increased fantasies too, right? A lot of people with self-esteem issues or don't like porn, they don't look at these aspects. They look at it all from a negative perspective that, oh, it's just degrading, whatever. They don't look at maybe, you know, what they can learn from it, or maybe expand their horizons